Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Up the Town. My name's Paul, and I am so excited to bring this new and exciting podcast to you guys, the Wrexham fan base that is ever growing across the world today. I am from Kentucky originally. I am from South Florida. I am a huge fan of soccer, as we call it in America, football, as you all call it in the rest of the world. I know we'll get into that debate later. That's fine. We can talk about that and have some fun, especially in the off season, which isn't too far away. So maybe I'm not starting this podcast in the most opportune moment, but at the end of the day, you know what? This is going to be fun. So a little bit about me. You might see the background if you're watching this on YouTube. Yes, I like whiskey. You can tell that. I also have a very successful whiskey podcast we've been listened to all over the world, which has kind of given us, or myself, even access to some things that I think will help with this show. I grew up not into soccer, big into American football, baseball, played that in college. Been a big sports fan my whole life though, and watched the documentary Welcome to Wrexham. And having been a Manchester United fan, and I know people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, Man United!" Look. I had friends that came over to college that area, just kind of naturally progressed. In the U.S., that was the only thing we had to watch. It was really one of the only teams outside of like Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid. I think it was AC Milan, Inter Milan, and like Bayern Munich, Barcelona. So there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. And since my friends were from that area of the world that I met in college, got into that. And so this kind of sparked a little bit of an obsession watching the show, really got into it, really related to the community. And so was on a trip for my podcast and made a stop over in Wrexham, met Wayne, who owns the Turf. I'm sure if you guys are listening to this, you're probably very familiar with Welcome to Wrexham, the show. Wayne and I have become really good friends, and he's been on my other podcast, and it's just kind of sparked everything. Now I'm waking up watching Wrexham on the weekends and ordering online. The National League streams are okay, I guess. I can't wait for Wrexham to actually be in a situation where we can watch them on HD or even maybe 4K. And now Wrexham is doing a tour of the United States and playing Manchester United in San Diego. Don't think I'm going to go to that, even though kind of both teams I've really supported are playing each other. It's just a long way. But I have a little bit more background. I have been to Wrexham several times. I think it's 4 times. My 5th time, I believe, is going to be coming up here April 22nd. And so, I want to hopefully experience the last home match and celebrating winning a title with a lot of the friends that I've met over there. We'll be doing a podcast from the Turf. So as you guys listen to this, if you guys are in Wrexham or in the UK, stop by. I think the Friday the 21st, be doing a podcast at the Turf as well. Maybe even after. Who knows if it's a big celebration? Maybe we'll drink and have some beers and do it after the fact as well. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Very excited for this though. I can't imagine what it's like for people who have grown up their entire lives, and I am so thankful that the Wrexham community and the Wrexham fan base has welcomed us with open arms. I have made friends through Wrexham and going to matches that I would never have made otherwise. I have met people in different organizations in different parts of the world. It's been amazing. And to have those relationships all because of this little football club in Wales, it's super special. And I want to grow something as the club grows. I personally believe Wrexham will be in the Premier League within 6 years. Now, no pressure, Rob and Ryan, on that one, but I think the trajectory of the club and what I see in the United States and how when I go to the race course, how many Americans are there, how many Canadians are there. And I think people are looking for a club maybe outside of your big Premier League clubs, your big Bundesliga clubs or Serie A, La Liga to really connect with. And Wrexham, for me, was a club that I really, really connected with and really appreciated. Plus, it's like a true underdog story. And as an American, that underdog story really resonates. But the club is rich in history, obviously, having the most continuous international played-in international stadium in the world as well. There's that perfect mix, and I can't wait personally to see exactly where this goes. But there's still a lot of work to do. If you guys watch the documentary, so it's going to be interesting. Let me bounce around just a little bit. It's also going to be interesting from the perspective of the show, that I'm going to come across this probably from the American standpoint. Also, I'm going to probably have things to say from the Welsh standpoint, because I have friends over there and kind of seeing and engaging with that. I also have a pretty big soccer knowledge as well, and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of intertwining aspects. But from the show side, I think you're seeing this amazing piece that's going to really feed Wrexham for years to come. And I know it's crazy for the people that live across the pond who haven't seen it, but I think what's really going to be telling for Wrexham in the future of where Wrexham is going is when they do this tour in America and they're selling out 50, 60,000 seat stadiums just because of the documentary. Also, you all have Welcome to Wrexham Season 2 coming out. I've been around when they've been filming that. I know some people that are involved with that side as well. So it's very exciting to see, and hopefully the growth of that, and hopefully this grows. Ultimately, what I envision this as, and if anybody has seen this, where I envision and hope this goes is very much like the United Stand. I've followed the United Stand for a little while. I understand kind of their model. I think it's amazing. I think there's a lot of access. Look, that's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to take engaging people. It's going to take, understanding new people in the area. But that is ultimately where I hope this goes, because I want to start doing YouTube lives, show reactions. Look, I'm also a dad, so I'm going to try and do this. I also have a real job that pays the bills. And so I'm going to try and leverage as much as I can to bring you guys as much content, to engage with you guys, to give you all a platform as well to sound off. That's why I'm hoping we can do live shows. We can have questions. We can have interactive, kind of like maybe some fan forums, do lives, things like that. So if you're listening to this, please go follow the Instagram. That's at, let me make sure. Sorry. A lot of these are new. So, we're going to grow together, and I'm going to make sure. Plus I also manage way too many Instagram accounts at this point, which is not fun. Up the Town Show on Instagram, also Up the Town Show on Twitter, and also Up the Town Show on YouTube. So you can watch the shows, you can listen as well on all your favorite podcast outlets. I cannot wait. Obviously next week we have a big match. We have Notts County. I think that's what everyone's looking for. This is, to me, a little bit of a trap match. We're playing Halifax, 17th in the table. It's not where I'm saying it's a trap match in the aspect that I think we're necessarily going to lose. But at the same time, it's one of those matches where maybe they look off the ball a little bit, and maybe it becomes a little bit harder and tougher sledding than it should be. Maybe we're not as crisp as we've been, or we batter them 7 or 8-0 because we're super focused and understanding. It could go one of two ways. But obviously, Notts County on the 10th is going to be the match. If Wrexham win that, they pretty much all but guarantee. I mean, barring an epic collapse, they pretty much wrap the league up with that. They're 3 points up with a game in hand. That would basically put them, I think, 9 points up with 5 matches left, I believe. So there is not a lot of runway that Notts County has to make this ground up. So it's going to be very interesting. And obviously that's going to be, the race course is going to be absolutely rocking. And getting 3 points in that match will definitely bring, I'm sure it'll make the turf a very fun and exciting place to be for some after match pints. And I wish I could be there, but I'll be there 12 days later, hopefully celebrating with a lot of you, and the show hopefully will look. I get it. It's April 4th. There's 18 days before I'm actually in Wrexham. But who knows? Maybe the show will take off a little bit, and I can meet some people and some people that listen to the show, and as this grows, and really make some friends along the way. So that's it. This is a brief entry kind of show, a little bit about me, a little bit about where I'm hoping the show goes. I really want you guys to interact. Please like and subscribe on all the the podcasting platforms, whether you listen to it on Spotify, whether you listen to it on on Apple Podcasts or whether you watch it on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave a rating, feedback. All that really helps as we build a show out. And right now, it's just me. Unlike the United Stand, I only have me, and Mark Goldbridge is better looking than me anyway. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Cannot wait to get this started. Cannot wait to engage with everybody and hopefully celebrate with everybody raising a trophy and a promotion here in a couple weeks. Speak to you soon.